that there's this claim that somehow having $18 million that we would secure from the community safety surcharge to go back into smaller businesses and particularly black-owned businesses is some sort of nefarious operation. That's their claim. They are immoral, they are wicked, and it's well past time that the people of Chicago actually know and see who these individuals are.
They're back, and they're screaming it. And people wonder why when I say, in order to be in the MAGA movement, either you're racist or you had to overlook a lot of racism. And so which is worse? That you didn't prioritize that racism isn't enough to make it disqualifying for Donald Trump to be president or to be a supporter of Donald Trump? No one can deny, if you look at that rally, that has, to me, that's reminiscent of the Klan rallies, of these racist rallies, or these neo-Nazi rallies. And that audience, as Jennifer just said in the chat, loves it. And I wasn't going to say the Klan rally at first, but it looks like a fucking Klan rally, and saying, send her back, telling people to go back where they came from. Can you get more racist than that?
Hello out there, Conspiracies Nation. Now, the one thing you must understand about, in order to manipulate anyone, whether it's on the right or on the left, the key element when you're going to manipulate somebody is you focus and concentrate on their emotions. Facts is irrelevant. If you can get somebody emotionally worked up, the power of suggestion, you can get people to almost fight and to believe anything. You can get people to pretend as if someone needs to die if the person has not even committed a crime. See, the whole thing with any type of cult movement, what you must do is learn how to manipulate the person, the group of people, the followers. And that's why sensationalism usually works better on the masses, because most people, if a bunch of people say something, and if they say it with authority, and if you get a couple of people with a big following, they're always more easy to suggest those, because most people are easily swayed by a persuasive argument or articulate person. If you can use a couple of graphics, and if you can be emphatic to make it look like the other person is out of their mind for not believing what you're saying, you're on your way to being a new Jim Jones. Because one thing I've learned, whether it's the government, whether it's influencers, whether it's the so-called, quote, experts, if you learn how to manipulate people, you're capable of doing anything with them or getting them to follow you anywhere. That don't make no difference who you are. Because tonight, we got quite a bit of things to try to cover, but I want to cover a little bit. Erika Kirk, and she gave, we're going to listen to somebody respond. Even though she didn't call Candace Owens' name, she was referring to Candace Owens. Now, I want to be clear about this before one of you try to lecture me on this. I don't care about which way on either side, but what I am saying is that whether it's Candace Owens or Erika Kirk, people have a right to criticize Erika Kirk and look at the evidence, no matter how emotionally she gets. People should be able to criticize Candace Owens, no matter how she says she has all the facts and all the people, the insiders are sending her the information. When you lose the power to examine what somebody says, or you're not able to criticize a certain group, a certain people, for any reason, you're on your way to being a full-fledged cult member. Now, I personally think everybody has a right to question Charlie Kirk's death. I don't think you should need to be nasty about it. You don't have to try to insult Erika Kirk in order to do this. But if she or Turning Point USA or the FBI says something that doesn't make any damn sense, it's not logical, you have a right to question it. She is the CEO now of Turning Point, and that's a public job now because everybody is. That's what Charlie Kirk did. You can criticize it, right? So she can be criticized now. At the same point, I think that a lot of people build their following on sensationalism. Now, I'm not opposed to. I like free speech. I think people should be able to say whatever the hell they want to, and just because your feelings get hurt, don't mean you can shut people up. Having said that, when somebody gets something wrong or when it's obvious that they're lying to you, you should be able to call it out and say exactly that. See, this is what, if you saw the clips we played on our way in, one is of the mayor of Chicago. He's a complete moron. And not only is he a moron, or you know what? I forgot to turn on something on my live. Hold on. I forgot. If I don't turn it on my live, it won't register. So I got to do that right quick. But when you hear Brandon Johnson or when you hear Don Lemon talk, the one thing you'll understand with them talking is that they like to sensationalize something. So they usually use the race card. Like if it's a black person, all you have to do is tell them that the white person called them a nigger. Once you say that, it don't make no difference what you say after that because most people can't get past that. Like I can have the uttermost disdain for a person who I really feels like a racist. That don't mean I'm gonna discredit him. I'm never gonna follow him, but I'm not gonna discredit him. Whoever it is, like the left will ignore anything somebody has to say if they uses a derogatory term, especially the nigger word. At the same time, those on the right does the same thing sometimes. They think you got to throw out the water, the baby with the bath water. Like for instance, like if I play a clip of Malcolm X, no, I don't agree with everything Malcolm X stood for. He's a Muslim. What are you talking about? I mean, he don't even believe Jesus is the Son of God, so I can't believe it. But if I play him and he says something factual about a left that says, well, I don't agree with him. What are you getting your feelings involved? I play a specific clip about that. Just like I don't agree with a whole bunch of stuff Nick Fuentes says, but he's right about some things. I mean, I'm not going to invite him on like some of them did, kissing his behind. I don't do the whole kiss behind thing. But some people think you can't criticize him like people think you can't criticize Donald Trump, or they think you can't criticize Barack Obama when he was the president. Everybody can be criticized. You're not Jesus. And if you're Jesus, I got a lot of questions for you if you think that you're without sin. Go ahead and cast the first stone. Now, when you look at this whole Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk, the wife of Charlie Kirk, when you listen to the interview, because I listened to this like 5 minutes, we're going to listen to some of it. She never tells any specifics though. All her speech is about some emotions. And I heard what's his name? Mike Gallagher. I like Mike Gallagher. Sometimes I think he's a little weak on certain things, but I mean I think he's a good guy. He does a talk show. I listen sometime in the morning if I'm in the car. But what I don't like is that he's saying you can't criticize. You don't have to get nasty with it, but Erika Kirk is not Jesus. She could be criticized. You know what I mean? Candace Owens is not Jesus. She could be criticized. Charlie Kirk was not Jesus. Nick Fuentes, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, none of these people are Jesus. They could be criticized. Problem I have is that when I listen to the interview, see, I like to look at their facts. If you give me a bunch of emotions and you don't tell me any facts, I'm going to think you're trying to manipulate me. Don't give me your feelings. If I ask you a question, you start talking about you feel some kind of way, I'm going to shut it down. I don't want to talk about your feelings. I want to talk about specifically the reason that you're saying that the other person is lying on you. I need specific details. I don't want to hear about your emotions because emotions is a way to manipulate you. And when you start doing nothing but strictly emotions, that means you don't really have the facts on your side because all you got to do is quote the facts. if you ask somebody and you question, like let's give them examples. If you criticize the Somalians and said that Omar was married to a brother, which she was, your question should be is why did the Republicans allow a woman to be married to a brother? Some kind of way she got filthy rich within 5 or 6 years. But if you question her, you're racist if you're white. Now, if you're black, you're just but an Uncle Tom, you're cooning for the white man. This is the way they try to shut you up. I don't pay attention to none of that. I don't care nothing about what you're saying. When I'm like a dog, when I see the bone, you can get sidetracked with all kinds of names. I'll just call you some names back, but you're not going to stop me from going after my bone. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you off of talking about something with throwing a curve, or because they want you to address this over here, the shiny object over here. The bottom line is Omar should be investigated fully. And it's a well-known fact she married her brother. I don't know why we're trying to act like this is not a well-known fact. I just don't know how she's got away with it so long. And I'm going to get to the Somalians in a few minutes because all of the damn fraud still going on down there. Why is it that we allow the politicians, the elected officials, the bureaucrats, the one that Ketanji Brown wants to be in charge? She don't think that the president of the United States should be able to fire people unless your name is Barack Obama or Joe Biden. Then you can fire people. They were firing people that work for the government because they didn't want to take the shot. And she didn't have any problem with that. But the problem with this whole narrative that you keep hearing from those who are on the left about the Somalia incident, as soon as you say something about the Somalians, you're just saying that because they are black. No, I'm saying that because they're freaking thieves and they're stealing our damn money. That's the only reason we're saying it. It has nothing to do with the damn skin color. They could be white as snow. If you're stealing the damn money, I'm going to say something about it. Because I used to like to joke with like the blacks who tell me about I couldn't criticize Barack Obama. I says, isn't it funny when I was criticizing Joe Biden, is Joe Biden black? When I criticize Joe Biden, you don't say anything about his skin color. You say that he's better than Trump. Why are you not talking about skin color? Because I criticized him. But when I would criticize Barack Obama, I used to love when they would say, like, you criticize him because he's black. I said, no, I'm only criticizing the white part of Barack Obama. I'm not criticizing the black part. So that should be okay since you hate all whites, right? This whole thing with the Erika Kirk, and I want to play her clip first because I didn't hear any facts in her clip. All I heard is emotionals. And then she started saying that you're coming after my family, but she named the whole Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA is not your family. You can say that they feel like family, but that's not really your family. They could be criticized. I don't think you and Charlie Kirk had kids that work at the Turning Point USA, right? So they can be criticized. Don't give me this emotion about your family. I can say anybody's my family then. Don't criticize nobody in the Common Sense Nation because that's my family. But I want to play her clip first. Let me see here if I can, because I got a clip from Candace Owens too, but I want to play her clip first. Here it is. She sat down on Fox News.
Perspective of a grieving widow, a mom, and a battle-tested American. Good to see you again today. Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband, And I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all.
Now, wait a minute now. Now, when you start quoting the Bible, you're in my lane again here. I'm very familiar with the story of Nehemiah. And technically speaking, the whole story is not about that. It is about building the wall. Nehemiah was the cupbearer for the king. And Nehemiah wanted the king to give him some lumber to go back and build up the walls because he was sad because the walls were torn down in his homeland. And he even requested, because if you're a cupbearer, you're not supposed to go in front of the king with a sad countenance. And he did this at his own diary because the king could have your head removed from your body. But when he first gets there, Nehemiah doesn't tell everybody what he's doing. But here's the key. Nehemiah was up front with his mission. Once he got started, he didn't let the outsiders get in. He didn't have, the king wasn't dictating him how he built a wall. Also, you would notice that when Nehemiah first got there, there's about 3 different levels of what happened in that particular story about Nehemiah. First thing is that they came to Nehemiah, they mocked him. And they said, look at this Nehemiah. What you going to do, Nehemiah? You going to build that wall? You're not going to be able to do that. They was mocking him because the first thing that happens is that people like to mock you. They say, you're petty. We're richer than you. We're bigger than you. We're smarter than you. So therefore, you can't criticize us. You can't do this. That's what the devil likes to do. The devil likes to discourage you first and try to stop you from doing a certain mission. Do you remember? Because I'm going to get back to Nehemiah, but you remember Goliath was mocking David at first. He said, who is this little runt, this dog? And that's what the enemy likes to do. They like to taunt you and tell you you're nobody. You're not as smart as me. You're not as rich as me. You're not as well educated as me. They use mockery. And now when that didn't work for Nehemiah's group, they said that, well, tell you what, Nehemiah, they tried to intimidate him a little bit. They said, we'll intimidate you. What you think you're doing? And they tried to go get some other people to come lie on him. And they wanted to, and when that didn't work, they said, let's have a meeting then, Nehemiah. We need to have a meeting so we can talk about what you're doing. He said, I don't got time to talk about what you're doing. I'm doing a great thing for the Lord. I don't have time to come down from the wall to argue with you fools. That's what Nehemiah, whenever you see somebody trying to get you sidetracked, that's why I hate to be sidetracked. I'm kind of tunnel vision when I get focused on something. I don't want to get sidetracked because what happens is that the enemy likes to come in and throw a monkey wrench. Well-intentioned people will get you off your course trying to get you to do it their way or get you to follow a certain thing because that's the way you do it. David said, I haven't tested your stuff, Saul, so I can't use it. I need to use the stuff that the Lord brought me here with. Now, what Erika needs to do is that she needs to focus on facts and truth, not emotions. And you're going to notice in this interview, she'll quote a little Bible and then she'll move on to, this is my husband. We already know it's your husband. Now, I'm not going to do like some of the others. I'm just going to deal with the facts of it. And then I'm going to deal with some of the stuff from Candace Owens too, that she goes to the extremes sometimes, but she never backpedals off of it when she does. Because she didn't change quite a bit over the last, since 2016, Candace Owens has had a bunch of different perspectives. Sometimes she's right, sometimes she's wrong. She has a right to criticize Erika Kirk, but you got to come with all the facts. When the facts get ignored, See, this is like when I think it was Candace and Tucker and some other people, all of them said that if we bombed the nuclear sites in Iran, it was going to be World War III. How long ago was that? I said they don't know what they're talking about. It will not be World War III. Everybody said they was right. We haven't started World War III. No one, and you haven't even heard anything from Iran since we did that. They've been quiet. It's kind of like when Ronald Reagan had bombed Gaddafi when he was running his mouth. You didn't hear nothing else from Gaddafi until we went over there and assassinated the man for no damn reason.
All of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building.
Hold on a minute. Just because Charlie Kirk picked somebody don't mean they can't stab him in his back. You ever read the story of Julius Caesar? Jesus picked Judas. Now, he knew Judas was going to betray him, but he picked Judas. There's many people who had people they picked and they stabbed them in the back. That don't mean anything because he had picked them. That's not a good, see, that's not logic. That's not factual. You can criticize them just because they picked them because there was a lot of suspicious activities. And the one I don't understand is, this is the one I don't understand. And see, if the Fox News anchor was going to have on there, you got to ask her some real questions. She's the CEO now. She should be able to answer questions. This is the question I have. Don't tell me nothing about your emotions. After Charlie Kirk was shot, why did everybody jump over there and start disassembling the cameras? I don't understand that, because it's a crime scene. And if it's a crime scene, you can't just go and start taking stuff away from the crime scene. And then the guy who took down something, he went to Charlie Kirk and he handed somebody something. That guy took off. His right-hand man got on the phone as soon as he got shot instead of tending. If my friend gets shot in front of me, I'm going to start looking at my friend first. I don't want to hear anything about all these. I don't care what you say about any theory. That is not the national response. I'm with one of my friends and he gets shot. I'm going to check on him first. I'm going to jump on the damn phone. Don't even make no damn sense. See, don't tell me that makes logical sense to me, because I'm going to say that you are lying. And I don't like to be lied to. Tell me why his right-hand man, the pastor's son, jumped on the phone immediately after these guys died. He said he was finna call his wife. No, make sure he's all right first. That don't even make any damn sense. He had to call somebody. No, he's right here, just got shot. I mean, then you're going to mess with the crime scene. Where's the ballistic from the bullet? I mean, we haven't got any information. You just said believe it because Bug Eye Cash Patel said so. I'm not buying that now.
And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We're all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we say,
who is we? We hear a lead. They've already caught the killer, according to the FBI. It was one lone wolf killer. Many say they don't know if he was even at the school campus. I like to see the full video of when he sat down on the roof to take the shot, not him running across without the gun in his hand. Can somebody explain that? Jump off the roof, go change clothes, take the gun loose, put the gun back together, put it in the bushes, start texting. I don't care what anybody say. Nobody gonna logically tell me that make any sense. I don't care if it's Erika Kirk, if it's Candace Patel, if it's Donald Trump. That logically, that makes no damn sense. And you should have a right to question that.
Send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family,
Stop right there. The kids should be off. Nobody should mention the kids whatsoever. They don't got nothing to do with this. She's the CEO of Turning Point right now. You have a right to question her now. And you have a right to question the investigation. Now, all the name calling, I don't think you should do that. But you have every right to question something about the investigation don't logically make any sense. Because here's the thing I say: if it was a Democrat who was the president and it was handling the investigation like this, Turning Point USA and everybody else would be criticizing it. What makes you think we don't have a right to criticize the way that they've been handling it when you're telling me stuff that logically doesn't make any damn sense? I don't like people trying to bully me not to talk about something. I don't like that. So the discard evidence, official claim, digital chats were found mapping the plan. But the discard say it's not on their servers. So I'm a little confused. No ballistics of the caliber in that particular gun that they're saying it would have made a bigger impact than that. What about the rifle, the fairy tale? Video shows the runner without a rifle at several points on the roof. I'm not buying that one. The whole narrative doesn't get it for me. And usually when something doesn't make any sense, like the Epstein murder, when something doesn't make any sense, you should be able to question it. And we're going to question something that doesn't logically make any damn sense. Now, does it make any sense to you? Because, I mean, we all can make mistakes, but, you know, without even looking at the evidence, let's use common sense. Logically, common sense says that if you got video of him running on the roof, allegedly, and the roof is clearly can be seen from that same video, why can't we see the video of him sitting down taking the shot? Every time there's always some lone shooter, they say nobody else helped him. Like, I'm really not even buying the whole J6 bomber who they got. I don't know if he did it or not, but the whole narrative is starting not to make any sense to me. And normally when something doesn't make any sense, or where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say.
Erika Kirk show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never.
Candace Owens is making a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad because she's making money. She should make money. This is America. But see, every time somebody starts making a bunch of money or they get the power, they don't want to be criticized no more. They think they're above that. Everybody can be criticized because alone when you got fame or money, it comes with some criticism. It comes with criticism. Like, I think that in our day and time, in this time period, I think Elon Musk is one of the most brilliant people as far as building companies. When it comes to politics, I'm not really going to listen to it. But when it comes to building companies, you have to be sort of a genius to build these 3 or 4 companies, mega billion-dollar companies that he's built. You have to be some kind of genius to do that. Does that mean I'm going to agree with everything Elon Musk say? Hell no. Because some things I'm not going to listen to what Elon Musk does. When it comes to him building some tech company or something, he's brilliant when it comes to that. Nobody can argue that point. Does that mean I got to take everything that Elon Musk say as gospel? Because Erika Kirk now says that she don't want you criticizing, quote, her extended family. Does that mean you can't criticize her extended family? If Candace Owens has done some suspicious thing, does that mean you can't criticize Candace Owens? See, it's kind of like when like these new prima donna basketball players like LeBron James. He's worth 300 or 400. How much is he worth now? 500 million? I don't know how much he's worth now. But you get all that money from playing basketball, and then you say you can't get criticized. No. With that type of money, and you want to comment on politics, just do like some of them. Just stay out of that. Then you say, I don't get involved with politics, just leave my name out of it. But when you just want to bob and weave back in, and then you think politics is a full contact sport. It really is. It's like MMA, brass knuckles. And if you're going to get involved with politics, you're going to get some nasty criticism sometime because it's an ugly thing. And people get emotionally involved. They get upset, and they're gonna criticize you. And Erika Kirk, I think. Now, have you heard any factual evidence that she showed to disprove anything? I've heard some emotions. Her husband was assassinated. I would want to get to the bottom of it. I don't know if maybe she does. She's trying to get to the bottom of it. But I think that some of the things that Turning Point USA have said, now I heard they're going to have this big, I think they invited Candace Owens to this this debate thing, but I think she declined. If I'm not mistaken, she said the reason she declined because her husband didn't want her to go. I don't think you've been listening to your husband on a whole bunch of stuff, so you can't say you ain't listen. You listen to your husband on this now. Isn't her husband already rich though? Like, isn't he some kind of like British guy whose father was some kind of lord or something like that? Candace Owens' husband. I heard he's a pretty rich guy. I'm not mad because her husband's rich, but you can't say that now. Cricket Kid says selling T-shirts at a funeral. Yeah, I saw that. And promoting stuff at a funeral, I think it's scrupulous to be doing some of the stuff. The way they've handled some of this thing, I just completely disagree with it. If you're going to handle it like that, then you can't come back later on and say you can't be criticized. When you running this like you some kind of TV evangelist, the way they've been running it, profiting off of the assassination in so many words. Like, I forgot the little fella name, the preacher's son, Charlie Kirk's pastor's son, who was his right-hand man. He was getting people's information, texting them during the memorial service. I think that's tacky as hell. It's a memorial service. I don't give a damn what you say you're trying to do. It's tacky as hell to be selling T-shirts or doing any of that at a memorial service. I hate to see people doing that kind of stuff. What I hate to see is if somebody try to be political at a funeral. It's a funeral, damn it. Have some kind of respect. People don't have respect for hardly nothing anymore.
Never seen you like that.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
Tiffany says, is it wrong for me to say she really should take care of her children during this sensitive time? She's going to look up and they're going to be grown. Well, you ain't the first one that made that particular point either. Recon says, you know who her parents work for. Yeah, I've seen that too. Nobody's really addressing that. The whole, what's that country? It was the scandal about the Romania. That was that little incident too. So I don't think you can get where we can't criticize you. Christine Lynn said people don't have respect. That's so true. And she says she's odd. Will Burns says, I believe Charlie was shot with something more precise than the gun that the alleged gunman used. Said Mossad is known to shoot their victims in the neck. Some people think it wasn't even a gunshot. Some people think it was the microphone doing something. I don't really know. All I'm saying is that the narrative doesn't fit. Stacey Michael said it was a completely extended op. I believe that too, Miss Stacey. It's something suspicious about it. I'm not claiming to have all the answers to it. I'm not believing all the narratives of Candace Owens, nor am I believing the narratives of the Turning Point USA or Erika Kirk. And I'm damn sure not believing the FBI. Because we haven't even found out what happened with the whole Trump assassination attempt in Pennsylvania, Butler. Because they washed down a crime scene, cremated the body. That don't make any damn sense to me. And remember that the father of the shooter for the Trump assassination, he ain't talking. He got lawyers. He looked like he was poor at first. All of a sudden, it's a bunch of suspicious stuff going on there too. Just saying.
I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to...
TJ, the conservative hustler, says, to me, it looked real weird. Who do her parents work for? Well, I know her parents, they're affiliated with the Israel government and they're affiliated with our CIA. Her mom runs some type of thing that's working closely with the CIA and all this kind of stuff. Now, what I do find a little suspicious is that Charlie Kirk's parents, I'm not saying in-laws got to be close, but it's their son that was assassinated too. And it don't seem like Charlie Kirk's parents wants a whole lot to do with the Turning Point USA people now. And I find that a little odd. It may be a reason. They may be very low-key people. I don't want to draw speculations or anything. I think his parents, Charlie Kirk's parents, are good people. And they raised him, they raised their son right. But I do find it a little odd when I see the interactions between Charlie Kirk's parents and his wife, or it don't seem like they're that close. Now, it won't be the first time in-laws ain't been that close, but I don't know, there's something off about that situation. Just all I'm gonna say. Some seems to be a little off for me.
You put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from.
I don't care what.
So here is Miss Fox right here from Fox News saying we need to put the people back in the box. No, it's called First Amendment. See, it's funny when some conservatives don't like certain criticism. Let the people choose. See, I'm for the people. If the people want to watch Candace Owens, they should have every right to watch Candace Owens. If the people want to support Turning Point USA, they have every right to do this. If the people want to support Nick Fuentes, they have every right. They want to support Ben Shapiro, they have every right. Tucker Carlson, they have every right. People in America should have a right to support whoever they want to support. I don't like this whole censorship thing and trying to stop people from supporting who they want to support. Let people be grown-ups and choose who they actually support. I don't understand anybody trying to force a narrative. It shouldn't be no narrative force. Should be able to, I think anybody should be able to do whatever they want. If they want to support somebody, let them support them. Don't understand this whole narrative trying to control what the hell somebody says.
What box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know, see, this is what I don't like. It's a $100 million organization. Y'all deal with politics. I'm sorry, but your team needs to grow a set, and your team got to get a little tougher. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody has a right. Her or anybody don't have a right to say that the people at Turning Point USA can't be criticized. I'm sorry. If you're offended by that sounds like a you problem to me. But I think that your team could be criticized. What makes you think your team can't get criticized? I just don't understand that mindset. You thinking that now your team can be criticized. I mean, what is this? Just like when JFK was assassinated, they got criticism. You're going to get criticism? What you talking about? Of course you're going to get criticism. Dr. King, it was criticism. RFK, criticism. There's going to be criticism because anytime the government is involved in an investigation, don't tell me I have to blindly follow the government narrative when I've caught them lying so many times, including this FBI. We're not talking about Joe Biden's FBI. We're talking about this FBI. I've caught them in lies. So don't tell me I can't criticize them because I'm going to criticize them. Let me stop and give a couple of shout outs here. My man, Mark Andrews, hit us up on a sponsorship. God bless you there, Brother Mark Andrews. Also, I just saw it was my man Larry Montgomery also hit us up, and Larry says, see what Larry says here. Larry says, for always keeping it real. I appreciate you there, Brother Larry. Thank you so much for all that support. It's crazy out here. And our dear sister Kimberly Geiger, she hit us up, and Kimberly says, the darkness will come in the light. Oh, yes, it will. One thing about, this is one thing, if you want to do a fascinating test, I like to do this. We may do this one day. I did this one time on a live. I'm about to do it. I'm about to try that. I'm going to do this again. I turned all the lights off. One time I did a live video. What I did is I said, let me tell you how easy it is for the light to stop darkness. Light is the only thing that can remove darkness. Did you not know that? Matter of fact, the whole room can be dark. I can light something as small as a little candle. Just light that candle, and all of a sudden you can see stuff in there. It ain't completely like a chandelier or some other kind of lamp, but you can see just from that. And the more light you add to a room, the more you can see clearly. I can see clearly now. The darkness is gone. I can see all the obstacles that were in my way. See, darkness is how you rid yourself of a particular light. You cannot, there's no way that you're going to possibly be able to get rid of darkness unless you bring it into light. And one thing I can understand about the light is that, the darkness is, it like being in the dark. Darkness don't want to be exposed like that. Robin Figueroa is a monthly supporter. Thank you so much, Miss Robin. And thank you for all that year-long support you're giving us. That's right, Brad. Jesus is the light. And you see, that's what Jesus was talking about when he says that I'm the light of the world. And he said that to his disciples, you are the light. And the objective of believers is to spread light. Now, telling lies does not spread light. Going along the good alone does not spread light. Letting somebody trying to emotionally tell you can't talk about something is not a way to turn on the light. Soon as you want to get rid of darkness, just hit that light switch. When you hit that light switch, darkness says, find me. It leaves immediately. It doesn't even take like this. And the more light you add, the more darkness tries to hide somewhere. It goes in a closet somewhere. Darkness is like just imagine a demonic evil spirit. The more light you add to the darkness, the more the darkness disappears. That's what people don't understand. When somebody tries to force you to tell lies about something, what they're trying to do is get you to turn off the lights. And the one thing I understand about this, if you start walking around your house and it's completely dark, you will trip over something. You will bust your head. You will stomp your toe. All kinds of things happen when it's dark in the room. But the minute you turn that light on, it has a way of, when the light comes on, there's a way of you kind of removing the cloth. That's what Jesus meant. He says that you are the light of the world. And then he said you are the salt. Now, the thing about salt that's so fascinating about salt that Jesus uses a salt, he says that you are the salt of the earth. Now, back in the day, salt was used for many different things. Salt is used to preserve things. They would pack a food or something in salt, and it will stop that food from spoiling. It helps to, and also now, you don't understand this, but everything will die without salt. It's crazy. Plants need salt. If you're a farmer, you know dang well that your animals need salt because they'll start eating wood and everything else. Your horses, your cows. Well, a pig will eat anything anyway, but if they need salt, that's why they have those salt rocks. They have to lick on them, because if you take salt completely out of your diet, your brain will not function correctly. Maybe that's the problem with a bunch of these left-leaning nut jobs, or even some of these right-leaning nut jobs. You need to put a little salt in your diet, mental salt in your diet. Salt is like truth. It spreads. Sprinkle some of that on your learning. Sprinkle some of that truth on that, and it will open up your eyes. It will preserve you. It will make you that you sleep better. Don't understand the mindset of people getting upset with facts. Do you understand that most people will be more upset if you tell the truth on them than if you tell a lie? That's the sad part. They will be more upset if you tell the truth on them than if you tell a lie. They don't mind you lying on them, because they're chalked up. Oh, you nothing but a liar. But if you start telling the truth for them, see, they can't dismiss that. They'll say like, well, you're crazy. Well, you're a conspiracy person. Well, why don't you address the merit of what they actually said, as opposed to just saying, shut up because I said so, treating you like you're a damn little child or something. Shut up because I said so. I don't know if your parents ever told you that, but that's one of the things that my parents said, because I said so. That was the end of the conversation. That means you can't talk no more. You can't ask no more questions. My man Michael just hit us up also. Michael Stinger says, for keeping up the good work, Brother Doc. I appreciate you, Michael, my brother. Yeah, they don't, some people run away, and they will try to, some people try to emotionally manipulate you if you don't follow their narrative. I don't like nobody trying to bully me with sensationalism, and they think they can do a little name calling, and that's gonna make me stop talking about something. I don't mind you calling me names, because technically you just give me a free pass to just say anything to you if you're gonna call me a name.
Conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected. I don't know what they expected.
I'm not trying to be funny right here, but did you guys ever used to watch TBN when Jane and Paul Crouch was on them? You know, Jane would have, I think her name was Jane Crouch. Yeah, I think her name was. And she had them big eyelashes, kind of like Tammy Faye used to have big eyelashes, big hair, bunch of makeup on. And all they talk about is the emotion. They don't really discuss the Bible. They was just talk about emotional part. I haven't heard one factual statement. Give me facts. I'm not gonna name call her. I want to hear facts. I haven't heard not one single fact she said. All this has been telling us that nobody can criticize you. The TPS, the Turning Point USA family, your family. No, that's not. That's how you do it. I come in and say, here's the facts. This happened on this day, and this happened on this day. Because she can report some of the facts right now because she knows them, and not all the details, because I'm sure the FBI is shared. But there's details she could have said to refutate any lies that has been told, but she didn't do that. So I start being a little suspicious of somebody when you don't report the facts to me. You start trying to play with my emotions.
Expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean, I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what? The conspiracy collection. Get it before Christmas. Like, seriously. Wow. If you want to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been.
I disagree. That's not true. Nobody really ever said that much bad about Erika before Charlie was murdered. They didn't. I gave her a leeway because I think her husband did get killed, but I'm not criticizing any person. I'm criticizing facts. I have not heard one single fact. I just want her, if she give me a fact, I'll say Candace lied about it or whoever lied about it. But I'm not hearing a bunch of facts. Matter of fact, you can clear up the Romania thing. Was there some trafficking of kids when you were in Romania? You can clear it up right now too. But she's not going this Harris Faulkner woman is not going to ask her really any questions. This is almost like the left was doing with Kamala Harris when they wouldn't ask her any tough questions. She's supposed to be the CEO right now. One of the qualifications is that you got to have debating skills, right?
through the ringer of people will call you whatever they want to call you.
Okay, now Candace Owens did have some respond. I'm not going to play all of it, but I want to play some of what Candace Owens had to say. Because it was almost like she was just saying, no, it's not true. I think I got this is the thing that Candace Owens put up before she did her live, I believe.
Super fun show today. You're probably seeing the clips, but Erika has gone off on conspiracy theorists. Obviously, every journalist out there is emailing me because...
See, sometimes Candace try to joke with it instead of addressing it. She said, well, no, address what she's saying. I don't know. I don't care who's emailing you. Tell me what she said that was I want the factual. I want you to address that part.
It's about me. It's indirect, but it's also about me.
Of course.
And don't worry, in case you think it's not about me, she is going to name check me on stage with Barry Weiss on Saturday. How do we know? Because
Saturday is when they're supposed to do this Turning Point USA thing that they invited Candace to do it, but she turned it down, I think.
mommy sleuths be everywhere, and they recorded the town hall today. And as soon as the town hall concluded, we got a flutter of emails. And what she says about the Egyptian planes, I'm sorry, not gonna lie, it's a little suspicious.
She says a little suspicious. I didn't hear what she said about the Egyptian planes. I have to listen to that another time.
Weird. It's a weird response. So look, we got to go there.
So that's what she said then. So, and then I think on her show, let's see if this is the one. Yeah, I think this is the one.
The thing that is especially absurd about that is trying to almost like, I want to be clear that Turning Point USA is my family.
See, now she bring up that point. It's true. She's like extending her family, saying that you can't criticize. Wait a minute, some grown men who work at Turning Point USA, we can't criticize them? Because I haven't got a good response on why they took the camera down. It was a crime scene. Why did they jump over and start taking stuff off Charlie and then handing it to somebody and they take off? Why did his right-hand man jump on the phone instead of tending to Charlie Kirk? Saying
the Charlie Kirk show is my family. You know, like she's just expanding the wings of people that we're not allowed to critique.
Everybody, I keep saying this because 1 minute they was telling me I couldn't criticize Cash Patel. They told me I couldn't criticize Donald Trump. They used to tell me I couldn't criticize Barack Obama. They didn't want you criticizing Kamala Harris because she was supposedly the first African-American president candidate, which she's not really African-American, but I mean, hey, if it makes you feel good to tell lies, that's fine with me. But it doesn't make any sense. And you heard with Kamala Harris, we put a video up. She said there will be a marble bust of her in Congress because she's a historical figure. You ain't lying about that. You ain't never lied about that. You are a historical figure.
Because they're in the family. If you call them fam, you can't critique them, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We actually are showing a clip of Rob McCoy defending a pedophile or trying to launder the reputation of...
That's his name, Rob. That's the pastor's name, right? Because I remember there was some pedophile that the pastor invited on there to say how wonderful he is, but the guy had been accused of molestation, all kind of stuff. I don't know why a pastor would tie himself to that. I don't know, but that was Candace Owens' take on the whole thing. Now, what do you guys think about that whole situation? Do you feel confident that the FBI, I'm not saying they can tell you all their investigation, but do you feel like the FBI has been forthcoming with the assassination information? Do you feel like Turning Point USA acted a little suspicious? I'm just saying. I don't know all the ins and outs of everything they did, but all I'm saying is that the actions of Turning Point USA is a little suspect to me. And I think we're able to say that just because you say it's your family, it doesn't make any difference. I just think the whole way that they handled everything was a little suspect. I don't get the whole damn thing. Allegedly, I don't think the shooter confessed yet, right? I don't know if he confessed yet, but I like to see the whole video of him being on that damn roof. I'm not for sure about the Egyptian planes. Some people say that's not even, that's not a valid a valid argument. I'm not for sure. I haven't looked into it enough. I know that Charlie Kirk, before he died, it did have some disagreement with some of his major donors. And the only thing about having major donors is wonderful to have them, but the major donor is going to want you to stay off certain subjects. If somebody give you $2-3 million, they're going to expect something in return. Nobody gives somebody $2-3 million and don't expect anything in return. It's the American way. That's all I'm going to say. So for the pretending like we can't question that is kind of absurd, because you can question it. I want to bring in, let me see if I got that other clip. I played that one. What did I do with the other clip? No, I want to play that one. Because, see, the one thing I've learned with politicians, all of them got some alternative motive, almost always. Very few are just doing the job because they want the American people to live better. It may be some that do that, but it's rare. Because whenever somebody is saying all of this one thing and then boom, they flip, I'm always suspicious of people who do that kind of stuff. That's why I was a little suspicious of Candace Owens, because she didn't flip a lot since 2016. I'm just saying. But like Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't even sound like the same woman. It ain't because she got some kind of awakening. There's a motive behind it. She's done a whole bunch of suspicious stuff. Now she's trying to act like she's America first. And Marjorie Taylor Greene has a right to criticize Donald Trump if he's doing something wrong. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, you've done insider trading, everything you can name, she's almost done it, including, it seems like, I'm just saying, that she slept with Kevin McCarthy. And here's him saying something. I'm going to show you something. He's saying that how much he loves her. And I thought that was a little suspicious. I think this is it.
Here's what McCarthy reportedly told a friend just days after he won the gavel. Quote, "I will never leave that woman. I will always take care of her."
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
He said he's going to always take care of Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's what Kevin McCarthy said.
Is now officially.
Now, he's a liberal. She's acting like she's so conservative. Kevin McCarthy is not that conservative.
An insider. Though she was once shunned as this conspiracy theorist, she has now landed a powerful pair of committee assignments: Homeland Security and Oversight.
A so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon. Q is a patriot. We know.
See, this is when she went down the rabbit hole. Now, I know some of y'all did not believe that, but I tried to warn. I knew guys personally who was telling me how Q was a patriot. Q and none, by the way. And this is the one thing I can never get over that QAnon says. And all the people who I knew, some of them personally, some of them on the internet, and they told me that QAnon said that Hillary, Barack, and a whole bunch of these other big names was going to be put in Guantanamo Bay. And I remember turning and telling them, I bet you none of y'all won't bet me that none of them people is going to Guantanamo Bay. Yes, QAnon he got some inside information. So I asked them, how much you want to bet that that's not going to happen? Now, they said they believe QAnon, but none of them would bet me. I said, whatever you want to bet. We can bet that none of them, Hillary ain't going to get locked up, Obama's not going to get locked up. None of that's going to ever happen. Because the sad part about this whole thing with Obama, just think about what Obama did. They pretended, he said that you can keep your doctor. If you want your doctor, you can keep it. He said that your premiums will be way lower. Now, when he was saying this, he knew he was lying while he was saying it. But some people say you can't criticize Barack Obama because he's a black queer. You can't criticize black queers. And they knew Obamacare was a joke. We're still subsidizing. If it's so damn good, why do you have to subsidize something that's so damn good? Like the green energy thing, you have to subsidize these electric cars and stuff because nobody would buy it. And a bunch of those companies, since they're not getting subsidies, they're not making the damn cars because nobody's beating down the door trying to get the damn cars. If you want an electric car, I don't got a problem with it. If you want to put solar panels on your roof, I don't have a problem with it. I just want you to know you're not saving the damn earth. Just be clear on that.
That for sure is trying to tell people on these forums and 4chan, and he's trying to tell people the truth.
Aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden.
But so I don't know, something broke in Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's all about the money. I'm not even for sure. But she don't even sound like the same person. Is this?
Tell you what, 6 months in.
Who is? This is her talking again. Let me see if. Let me see this one.
To be precise.
This is her on CNN.
In addition to what we just heard there, President Trump posted yesterday that you are, quote, and I'm quoting him now, not America first or MAGA, and your, quote, new views are those of a very dumb person. That's the President of the United States speaking about.
It's funny because she's trying to act like I got videos of her calling names, but she's mad about him calling names.
You're speaking about you. What's your response to these latest attacks?
Well, actually, Wolf, I feel very sorry for President Trump.
She says she feels very sorry for President Trump. Have you noticed that all these CNN people, in fact, this is why you should be suspicious of Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's been on every liberal show you can name. Not one single person has asked her about all the men she cheated on her husband with. Do you think if a conservative went on there, a real conservative, especially one who actually support Donald Trump in any way, if they had went on this show, nobody would ask her about her affairs? Don't tell me they wouldn't. I mean, they had Stormy Daniels marching her around. I mean, they was acting like she was the Virgin Mary or something. Stormy Daniels. Because they'll make anybody be a saint. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who the sexual therapist guru gave her a happy ending massage. The gym instructor hooked up. Kevin McCarthy hooked up. Now she got her a new boo now. I mean, golly, girl.
I genuinely do. It has to be a hard place for someone that is constantly so hateful.
She said he's so hateful. He's been name calling when you were supporting him. This woman got some kind of motive because I'm always suspicious. She got every right to criticize Donald Trump, but I'm a little suspicious is that all of a sudden all your viewpoints has changed. You've name called. You've been supporting him. He won in 2016 name calling. You didn't have a problem with it. So I'm going to hear this.
And put so much vitriol, name calling, and really tells lies about people in order to try to get his way.
Why don't they ask her about her insider trading? All the trading she's done. They won't even ask her that because now she's on their team now.
Or win some kind of fight. And I think that's exactly what's wrong in America today. That's what's wrong in this toxic political environment that has ripped our country apart.
Girl, you got some damn nerve. This freaking Shetland pony. You familiar with a Shetland pony, right? Here's a Shetland pony. And a Shetland pony is a sort of a horse. And people ride Shetland ponies. And this Shetland pony been rode a couple of times. As a matter of fact, this Shetland pony right here loves to get rode. That's all I'm going to say. To me, she's a sellout. And not because she criticized Donald Trump, because I criticize him. You can criticize him all you want to. But all this kissing butt with the damn left is a little suspect to me. Be funny if Donald Trump go like Denzel does. Remember that?
Think you can do this to me? King Kong ain't got shit on me.
You think you can do this to me? Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. That boy, he acted his behind off in that damn movie. I was convinced he was the dirty cop. Trucker said, I want to be her masseuse. Vicky said, during this backstabbing, yeah. Smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place, the backstabbers. Stacy says to you, Trucker, ask and ye shall receive, ye shall. All you got to do is ask, Trucker. She'll let you hook her up too, boy. She definitely wants that extra package of the happy ending, because she's very, very keen on that happy ending. She says, I got to get that happy ending. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Go, you musty moo, moo, moo. Can you moo, moo, moo? Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Kevin McCarthy. Oh, did you ever hear what Kevin McCarthy had said about Matt Gaetz? I told y'all, remember, all you guys told me when Matt Gaetz had stepped down, you said he was gonna come back in and help Pam Bundy. I said that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I was right. I told you that was ridiculous and he wasn't coming back. And here's Kevin McCarthy saying that Matt Gaetz slept with an underage girl. That's what he says right here. Kevin McCarthy, Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend, said this.
Was it this? You made a lot of concessions in the negotiations.
No, I didn't. Okay,
is that
let's get to the bottom of that.
Right?
That is such a misnomer in life. Let me give you the truth about that now. And I'll give you the truth why I'm not speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old.
Did you hear that? He said Matt Gaetz wanted him to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old.
An ethics complaint that started before I ever became speaker, and that's illegal, and I'm not going to get in the middle. Did he do it or not? I don't know. But an ethics is looking at it. There's other people in jail because of it. And he wanted me to influence it. And you know what? So then they come out and they say, because I kept government open. I'd do it all over again. We're not going to pay our troops? No, I'm going to pay my troops. You can't do the job? Okay. When it comes to the concession, the motion to vacate about one person being able to make that motion, how long has that been in the rules? Forever. The only time it was changed is when Pelosi became speaker the second time. And she put the power with the minority leader. I think it's wrong. I think you elect, let them govern. Now, it takes 218 to have the rule package. There's nothing I can do there. But I had 5 people who never voted for me anyways in the process. I had 8 at the end that did the other. But everybody had to live by it. I lived by it. I think today, if you went back to the people that vote, did they think that was a smart vote? I don't think so. I had the choice of having that vote of motion to vacate where you just put the cards in and walk away. No, I made everybody stand up. Because I think historically, it'll be viewed as a very bad thing.
Boy, him and Matt Gaetz don't really care for each other. But that's what he says. But I think that this is Marjorie Taylor Greene. I just don't like the way she's done everything. I don't mind you criticizing Donald Trump, but she didn't went too far on the left. Anytime you become the darling of the left-wing media, you know you sold out. This is the same thing Liz Cheney did. That piece of trash who thought she was the modern-day Abraham Lincoln. May her father's soul rest in hell. She came out doing the same thing. She was so conservative. All of a sudden, she got over the January the 6th committee. I mean, she got blew out in her race, too. I don't think you was going to win, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Unless you're going to run Democrats, and the Democrats ain't going to have you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You ain't going to win no public office because you actually need a bunch of the Trump supporters to even win. You don't even stand a snowball's chance. But maybe she's just a musty moo, moo, moo.
I'm going to be quick because I want to send a message to somebody.
Who's that?
Elon. Mm-hmm. Take your musty millions and musty Moscow rights.
He said musty Moscow rights.
To the moon. Because if you don't,
we're
going to stand up.
He went Baptist preaching right there. You're gonna stand up.
We're gonna speak out. We're gonna march. We're gonna do anything we need to do to make sure that the people of this country understand that the CFP.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about. He don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Is for them. You get your musty hands off of our money, or go to Moscow. You musty moo moo moo.
You musty moo moo moo. Can you moo moo moo? Can you moo moo moo? He said a musty moo moo. Musty moo. I don't even know what a musty moo moo. Let me rewind it again. What is a musty moo moo moo?
We're going to march. We're going to do anything we need to do to make sure that the people of this country understand that the CFPB is for them. You get your musty hands off of our money, or go to Moscow. You musty moo moo moo.
And they're clapping. Look at these clowns back here clapping too. Such a damn joke. This is buffoonery at its finest right here. What is he even talking about? I mean, have you ever seen such buffoonery? A Moscow and you musty moo moo moo. What the hell does that even mean? But this is the Democrat Party here. They've become a complete joke. And he's representing somebody which is just scared of living the hell out of you. He's actually he's actually representing somebody which is scared the hell out of you. It must be moo moo moo. Can you moo moo moo? I love that little clip right there. Took me a while to find because I had lost it one time. I had to find it again. Monster says, what's the next talking point for the dirty Democrats? Ain't no telling. Vicky says, such upstanding speaking. Stacy Michaels said, Elon Muskie. Recon says, McCarthy is in her head. Thomas said, it means your moo-moo is musky. Steak said, this is when talking to idiots and they clap like seals. That's a fact. The old bag says that's one of her favorites. Brad Oswald, they get that fish for clapping. Yeah, they got real excited. They was like, ooh, he really told him. We so proud of you. We so proud. He just informed us he is such a brilliant person, such articulate, brilliant, such a great spokesman for the people. Now, you remember that, I'm going to let you hear this clip. Speaking of a conspiracy, the Utah Dispatch audio had revealed that the FBI directed for a person of interest to not be interviewed in the moments after Charlie Kirk was shot. Why don't they want people interviewed? That don't even make any sense. Don't you want as many witnesses, eyewitnesses right after it? It's unbelievable. But I want to show you this because this is one of those things that they tried to hide. And look at Bug Guy. Kaz Patel look like he be hitting that pipe. That boy, Kaz might be on that dope. Just saying, because he look a little suspicious to me.
Just 10-14. I'm still about 15 out, but the 1-2 unit that's going to be up there to interview, as per FBI and FBI, we've been given clear direction not to interview, confirming negative interview until they get there.
140, we were not going to interview. We are just arriving now.
Copy that.
Building 151. This was relayed by Salt Lake. They're advising a complainant called 911, and he was stating there's an APB out on him for the shooting at UVU. He's now pinging at the Urban Pioneer Cafe at SMBB break.
I was just told that the FBI wants you to stand by there with him, and they're on their way to you. Thank you. And that came from the agent that's leaving Provo PD right now.
Yep.
Just 10-14. I'm still about 15 out, but the 1-2 unit that's going to be.
So why don't they want people interviewed? That don't make any sense. See, it's almost as much as that when you try to talk about the Somalians, they say you can't talk about Somalians because it's racism to point out facts about the Somalians. Now, I got a couple of charts I want you to look at. Now, this is the growth of the Somalian populations from 1990 to 2024. In 1990, there was 0 Somalians there, 0. And look, by the time 2024, that's the only reason Omar was elected, because they just dumped her in there, and Barack Obama helped get her elected. Now, it says that nearly, I think it's 8 out of 10 Somalian families and children are on welfare or some type of government assistance. 8 out of 10 households headed by Somalian refugees in the state of Minnesota are on one or more forms of American taxpayers funded welfare. And this is according to the CDC, or the CDC, Center for Immigration Studies, CIS. So why is that? Why is it that, let me show you the other chart. Let me get the other chart. Here's the chart showing, I think this one shows the welfare. Yeah, welfare. Here it is right here. 81% on some type of welfare. The native in Minnesota, only 21% is on that. Somalian immigrant household, Somalia immigrants household, 10 years in the U.S. All the welfare, the Medicaid, and all this is going to the Somalians. So we're bringing a bunch of foreigners over here. We're saying we're broke, that we need to pay our fair share. We're bringing a bunch of foreigners to this country, and we're giving them welfare. Look at the percentage rating. 21% of the Native Americans in Minnesota are receiving some type of welfare. 81% of Somalian immigrant households are receiving. That's a little over 8 out of 10. 80% of them are getting welfare in your country while you're struggling to pay your bill. They keep saying that the economy is struggling. If we get all these foreigners off our damn welfare and Medicaid and free schooling, Americans wouldn't be suffering so damn much. It's absurd. But this should shock you. Now, I just got one question. Rodney Ellis, what's that? Omar, all of these people have been caught taking contributions from these illegal Somalians, and they're bragging about how smart they are. We're giving them welfare. We're literally subsidizing the Somali community because the only thing they produce is a bunch of damn children in radical Islam. This should be alarming. Now, to me, this should be against the law. Somebody should go to jail by bringing this. This is invasion. I mean, we done brought more Somalians over here than most standing armies have in there. So this is an invasion because a lot of these people are like military age, but they don't want you to say anything about it because it may be racist if you really talk about it. It's pretty damn sad. The country is being destroyed from within. You ain't got to worry about from without. The country is being destroyed from within. These Somalians are coming over here, getting on welfare, dictating the policies in the state. And then these are the people, and don't forget they're committing some crimes too. It's pretty pathetic that this many people are on welfare. If that many Americans had went to another country, do you think that they would actually take care of you? Hell no. Kick you out the damn country. But this is what we've been reduced to in this country now. pretty damn pathetic if you ask me. But anyway, we got to get out of here. We'll try to keep you updated on what's going on. We'll make sure we do that. Clever and I, we are going to work on our Taste the Biscuit song. Probably going to work on it on Friday or Saturday, but I don't know when we'll be able to get it up. Not for sure when we'll be able to get it up, but we'll work on it. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to pray for Eric. I forgot about that. Eric is having a tough time with the job there, but so he wanted us to pray for him, and I told him I would pray for him today. So let's pray for Eric that he would find the right job, or this job will kick through. If this is the right job, we got to pray for him on that. Lord, we come to you thanking you for our brother Eric. Give him the strength, give him the wisdom, give him the know-how on what to look for in a job, and make him sensitive to your will. Give him understanding, give him wisdom, and open up a window that he won't have room to receive. We pray that you would give him victory in his quest to find a job, and thank you for giving him the mindset to want to work. These and other blessings we ask in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. God bless you, our Common Sense Nation.